So today we are going to discuss about the masonry. This topic will comes under the second module. So in the previous video classes we have seen detail about some foundations. So coming to the masonry here. So masonry is nothing but it is a construction in brick or stones with mortar. Okay, so that will call it as a masonry. So mortar is the mixture of cement, water and aggregate. Here aggregate, it may be fine aggregate because mortar means fine aggregate. If it is a concrete, we are going to use a coarse aggregate. Okay, so fine aggregate, as we have seen what is the fine aggregate. So the mixture of cement, water and aggregate, that fine aggregate is called mortar. Okay, so what is the masonry? Masonry is nothing but it is the construction by using the bricks or stone with the bonding material as a mortar. So that will be masonry. So because mortar we are using in masonry, then what will be the main properties of mortar by using the mortar in masonry? Okay, so it provides the full bearing is nothing but it gives the strength. So here these are the brick course. Okay, this is the first course, this is the and second course. In between the brick course we are using the mortar. Okay, in the particular joint we are using the mortar. Okay, so how it will act? Mortar act as a seal between the masonry units, means this is the one masonry unit and this is the second masonry unit. So in between it will act as a seal. Okay, let it provide the proper bond and adhesion properties also there, and aesthetic, it gives the good appearance also. So this will be the main function of mortar in using the brick masonry or stone masonry. Then where we are going to using these such kind of masonries? So whether it will be constructed by using the bricks or stone. So foundation walls, for the foundation walls also we are using, and structural support walls means the structures which will appear above the ground level. Okay, that will be our structural support walls. And for backup walls or exterior facing and facing materials are decorative walls. Okay, for this purpose we are using the masonry structures. Then types of masonry, as we said, the masonry is nothing but we can do the construction by using the brick or stone with the mortar. Okay, so two types masonry, basically brick masonry and stone masonry. So this image shows this is the brick masonry image and this is the stone masonry image. Okay, so coming to the brick masonry, what it is called? Brick masonry is nothing but it is a systematic arrangement of bricks and bonding them together with a cement mortar. Okay, so masonry represents the both. Construction may be carried out by using the brick or stone, but particularly if we are speaking about the brick masonry means we have to use that brick only word here. Okay, so it's a systematic arrangement of bricks and bonding with what? With the mortar or cement mortar, they are specifically telling here. Okay, with mortar. So that will be the brick masonry. So these are the examples of some brick masonry or images. Okay, so you can see clearly this is the brick masonry construction. Okay, so this is also brick masonry construction, but they have provided plastering. Okay, after removing plastering, brick masonry will appear like this. Next, coming to what will be the characteristic of brick masonry? Means it's a good fire resistance. If some accident is happen, what will happen? So due to some accident, if we whatever the products we are using, if that has to be stable, okay, or that has to be give the durability, so it plays the good towards the fire resistance compared to the stone. Okay, then sizes, yes, sizes are comfortable for the lifting purpose, is it or not? Because usually the bricks available in sizes are 90 by 90 by 10 or 119 by 90 by 90. Okay, mm, in terms of mm I am speaking. Okay, these are the some normal sizes of bricks compared to the stone. It will be easy to handling while doing the construction activity, and these are the more durable compared to the other construction materials. These are the some instruments used while constructing the brick masonry. This is the plumb bomb we are called, and this is the trowel. Okay, for placing of the concrete means mortar they are using. This is the surface finisher. Okay, and these are the supportive. Okay, these are the some material requirements or equipment we can say which will be used while constructing the masonry. Then coming to the important terminologies, so in that first one is the joint. Joint will be appears at the head joint and bed joints. Okay, I will tell you, I will show you one figure what is the head joint and what is the bed joint. There you come to know. Next, come to the header. Header is nothing but the brick laid with its width parallel to the face of the wall. Okay, if brick will be means brick image you have seen. Okay, in the first module only you have seen. If we are going to place the brick as the width is facing to the face wall, means if we stand in front of the brick wall, so we will see the width only, the length of the brick we can't see here. Okay, so width only we are going to see. So that such kind of pattern we are going to call it as a header. And stretcher is nothing but the brick laid with its length parallel to the face of the wall, means we are going to place the brick parallel. Okay, means if you stand in front of the constructed brick wall, so we are going to see the length of the brick only. Here we are going to we cannot see the width of the brick. Okay, we are going to place the brick parallel to the length of that particular brick. Okay, so that will be stretch. Course is nothing but its complete course, means here this is the one complete course and this is the second complete course and this is the third course. So this one we are going to call it a course. Here we can say it's a stretcher brick. Stretcher means we are seeing the brick wall which is length of the brick, is it or not? So along the length of the brick people have used in the construction. So this is the stretcher. Okay, next here you can see what is the head joint. Head joint is nothing but this is the header, means width of the brick, and this is all the width of the brick. If we are going to joining the two width of the brick, so here that joint portion we are going to call it as a head joint. And bed joint is nothing but here, so the below this brick will be bed for or supportive for these two bricks. Understand? So this connection or this joint we are going to call it as a bed joint, means it is providing supportive to the remaining upper course of the bricks. Okay, so that's why it is a bed joint here, means this way only we are going to follow in construction, because if you means joint should be appear in this way only, it should not be fall, means if this course joint is here, then immediately other course joint should not become below that particular joint. If this comes, what will happen? This joint will be comes in weaker portion. Understand? So whatever the construction is going to be happen, so in this way only we are going to construct. Then coming to the header, see here. Here width is appearing, width of the brick. Okay, this will be header, means stretcher means this one, this length of the brick. Okay, this is stretcher. See here stretcher, carefully you can see here. This is the length you are observing here, and here it is the header. Okay. Next, classification of brick masonry. Before the classification of brick masonry, some bonds will be appearing in construction of the brick masonry. So in that, header bond, stretcher bond, English bond and Flemish bond. Okay, so what is the header bond? Means in the header bond, all courses have facing of headers. See here, this image you can see easily and you can get the idea what is the header bond. Means only header side of the bricks we are watching, means width of the brick we are seeing. Okay, here, so if width of the brick is facing is placed towards the facings, and that bond will be called it as a header bond. Okay, bricks are laid with their length perpendicular to the face of the wall. Okay, perpendicular to the face of the wall. Then what is the stretcher bond? See, you can see here stretcher carefully. Okay, lengthwise bricks are placed. Okay, so all the courses have facing of stretchers. The bricks are laid with their length parallel to the face of the wall. And this is also known as a running bond. Okay, so this is the stretcher bond. Then coming to the English bond, it consists of alternate courses of header and stretcher. Means if first course is header, so second course will be the stretcher. So this pattern will appear in where? In the English bond. Okay, so first course is header and second course is stretcher. So this will appear in the English bond. Then coming to the Flemish bond, in the Flemish bond, headers and stretchers are laid alternately in each course, means in each course. One course means this one layer will be the one course. So in this one layer only alternative header and stretcher will be appear. See here, first header is appearing, next one immediately stretcher, after that header, next stretcher, header and stretcher. Means in one single course if alternative header and stretcher is appearing, so that will be the Flemish bond. But in the English bond, alternative courses of header and stretcher, means full one layer will be the, means here only I will tell you, this full layer will be the header and next layer will be the stretcher. So that will be the English bond. Okay. Next, cavity or winner running. This is a running bond or stack bond. These are the some example of this is for that one. Next, coming to the masonry joints. So these are the some masonry joints which we are going to use in the construction. So masonry joints is nothing but the mortar which we are going to placing between the two courses of the brick. So that will be the masonry joints. So weathered, concave, V, flush, racked, concave and struck. Okay. So masonry joints are these are the some types. I will tell you how those all are looks. See here, these are the images of different masonry joints which are used in the brick masonry work. So joints is nothing but these means this mortar portion is there na, so those we are going to call it as a joints. Okay. Next, closer. This is also one term which we are going to use. So it is nothing but it is a piece of brickwork used to close up the bond at the end of the brick course. Means sometimes if we are going to placing the brick during the at the corner portion, there may be chances of it is not required sufficient place to place the whole size of the brick. So that time what we are going to do, we will going to cut it. Okay, how much space is required, for that space only we are going to cut the brick and we will place that cut portion of the brick over there. So that portion we are going to call it as a closer here. Okay. Then next, coming to the stone masonry. So stone masonry is the construction carried out using stones with mortar. Okay, same thing, same definition will be exist here, but only one thing we need to change the word stone. Okay. So stone masonry is nothing but it is a construction carried out by using the stone with the mortar. So different types of stones used in a stone masonry are dense stones, granite and quartzite, fire resistant stones, sandstones, soft stones for carving, limestone and marble and slates. Okay, these are the some stone masonry images. Okay. Then coming to the classification of stone masonry, first one, random rubble masonry. So in the random rubble masonry, once again two classifications are there: uncoursed random rubble masonry and coursed random rubble masonry. Second one, square rubble masonry, uncoursed square rubble masonry, coursed square rubble masonry. Last one, polygon rubble masonry and ashlar masonry. These are the types of stone masonry. So rubble masonry. So wall is made up of stones of irregular size and shapes. Means whatever the stones we are using for construction of wall, those stones are irregular. Means we are not doing the dressing. Okay, dressing of stones we have learnt in the first module. Okay, so we are not doing the dressing. Dressing is nothing but we are going to give the modification to the shape of the stones. Okay, for a required shape and size we are going to modify, we are going to chisel the stones. Okay, so that will be dressing. So here in the rubble masonry we are not using the proper size or shape stones. Okay, the stones from the quarry are broken into small pieces and these are directly used in a construction work. Okay, next, so this is the uncoursed and coarse rubble masonry. See here, uncoursed means there is the layer, means coarse are not in a proper length or proper size. Okay, here see here, if this is the one course, how they are using proper size stones are not using in the single layer. Okay, so means randomly they are placing, so that's why it is called uncoursed. But in the here coarse rubble masonry, see here we can see layer by layer construction of the stone work. Okay, so this is the coarse rubble masonry. Next, coming to the square rubble masonry. In this type, the stones are roughly square with the straight edges and sides with a hammer blows. Types of square rubble masonry are uncoarse square rubble masonry and coarse square rubble masonry. Means this is the improved version of the random rubble masonry. Means in the random rubble masonry we have used irregular shape and size stones, but here we are made some modification in the shape and size of the stones, but edges are very sharp. Okay, so this is the type of square rubble masonry. Next, polygonal rubble masonry. In this, the stones are hammered finished on the face of the wall to an irregular polygonal shape. Means we are going to doing the dressing also, but size you are not maintaining. Square or rectangular. Instead of square and rectangular, we are using the polygonal shape sizes. So here, this is the polygonal rubble masonry examples or images. Next, coming to the ashlar masonry. In ashlar masonry, no irregular stones are used. The entire construction is done using square or rectangular dressed stone blocks. Understand? This is the final or a superior stone work for the wall construction. Means here irregular stones are not used, and the specific size the people are mentioning here. Means square and rectangular stone only we are going to using here. Okay. Then the stones block. Okay. The beds, sides and faces of the stones are all dressed finally with the chisel. Means neatly surface of the stones are dressed up with the chisel. So the types of ashlar masonry. Ashlar fine masonry. Each stone is cut to uniform size and shape. This gives a smooth appearance. Okay. Next, ashlar rough tooled masonry. The stones are finally scissored, but the exposed face is dressed by rough tooling. Okay. Means here the sizes are maintained rectangular, square, but depending upon the surface finishing of that particular stone, they have classified ashlar fine masonry, ashlar rough masonry and ashlar quarry faced masonry. So this is the ashlar quarry in the ashlar chamfer masonry also, and ashlar facing masonry, ashlar block in coarse masonry. So this is the example of ashlar chamfer masonry. Chamfering means, see, you can see here this kind of structures or this kind of stones we are going to use at the corner portion. Okay, so this portion we have chamfered it. Okay, so this is the ashlar chamfer masonry.